Okay, I'm excited today, guys, because we're going to talk about Novel Red. Now, I ordered 3 Novel Red pads, I want to say almost a year ago now. These are all 11-inch curvy style. And the reason I ordered from Novel Red, I already had all the pads that I needed, but I ordered from Novel Red because every time I watched a What I Wore This Month video, or I watched one of the other cloth pad channels where they would talk about their stash, they always lingered over their Novel Red pads, and everybody had Novel Red pads, and I didn't have any. So I looked up her website, and I just ordered the length that looked good to me in moderates, and I ordered a couple of different prints that I thought were cute, and then I got them. So they have been my favorites, or up there among my favorites since I ordered them. And I realized that I'm way overdue for a review on Novel Red. And I decided, because I knew I wasn't going to get the video done before I went away on vacation, to order some pads, because all of the ones that I ordered are the same. And she offers several different options. So I decided, for science, and just for the sake of the review, that I would order some new pads from Novel Red before I went on vacation. And they arrived, so I can show you how they come packaged and show you a couple of different options that she offers. So it's Novel Red Day, guys. Let's get into the review. So I want to talk to you about the things that you're going to notice about Novel Red pads that make a Novel Red pad a Novel Red pad. When I received my first Novel Red package, I was in traffic. I had gotten the package out of the mail on the way to pick up my daughter from school. And if any of you are like me, when you get fluffy mail, you have to open it right now. So I'm in my truck driving down what passes for a highway in my little town, and I couldn't stop doing this with them because they are hands down the slimmest pads that I own. I don't even know. I'm going to do my fingers like this so that you can see. The whole pad is that slim. That's not the edge. That's the whole pad is that trim. They're ultra paper thin. So when I first got these, I was really excited about that. Everybody talks about how thin the Yurtcraft and Annie Belle's pads are, because they really are. They're very slim pads. These are slimmer. And so at first I didn't trust it. I'd been using cloth pads for a few months at that point, and I'm like, okay, there's no way. There's no way that something that thin is, you can't even see, something that thin is going to work. And so I got on the groups as soon as I got home, and I'm like, okay, what does she put in these? And the absorbent core in this one is bamboo flannel. And she uses bamboo flannel in quite a few of her different absorbencies, but then when you get up to the ultra level, she also uses a cotton bamboo terry. So her cores are made out of a bamboo or a cotton bamboo mix, natural fiber, either flannel for the moderate and regular heavy, and then in the ultra heavy, which I've ordered one, I'm going to show you. Those are a bamboo terry product, I believe. But they are much slenderer, is that a word? They are much slimmer, trimmer, just thin than any of the other pads that I've used. So that's one of the hallmarks of a Novel Red pad. The stitching is quite good. This is her curvy shape. And she also has another shape, which I had never ordered before, so I ordered one of those in here to show you as well. Also on all Novel Red pads, the backer is made from a Wind Pro. I think the only exception is her liners, and on her liners she uses some kind of a micro fleece because they're not used for preventing leaks or anything. They're just, regular panty liners, and her liners are different, but I don't use liners, so I don't have any of those to show you. But on all of her pads, her light, moderate, heavy, etc., they all have Wind Pro on the back, which is highest quality fleece that you can really buy for these purposes. So like I mentioned, I was a little concerned about how slim these pads were, and so I actually wore one on a heavy day when I was at home just to see what it would take to soak through the pad. And I wore it until I was uncomfortably, the pad needed to be changed. It was oversaturated, but it had not leaked on anything. And this is a moderate. Now her absorbency is marked by Snap Color, and all of the ones I ordered are moderates, and they have this pink color. I'm not really familiar with her Snap Color system, but I'm sure it's outlined on her website. So if you order pads of a different color, of a different absorbency, you'll have a different Snap Color. And I have ordered an ultra heavy that I can use for overnights in a bigger length. So we'll see what Snap Color that is as soon as I pull the package out. But anyway, so this is her curvy shape. She also has a straight shape. And I've ordered one of those for my daughter, so I can show you that. And these are the 11-inch. And her pads come in, I think, I want to say they're 7, 9, 11, and 13-inch patterns that she has. And all of the links to the information and her shop and her website will be down below. Okay, and there's one final thing, and this is the defining thing about Novel Red. Novel Red pioneered crushed velvet toppers. And I've seen a couple of other people making pads with crushed velvet lately, but Novel Red, I don't know, gosh, who was it? I don't even think it was a shop that I saw the crushed velvet on. I want to say it was some people in the sewing groups who were like, oh, I love crushed velvet now. The reason they know they love crushed velvet is because of Novel Red. And she has amazing selection of different colors. This one, I can't remember what it was called, but this always shows up navy blue on the screen, which is a pretty color, but it's not what color this one is. This is a beautiful, lovely peacock green color, and something about it just refuses to show its true color on camera. But crushed velvet is kind of like, I consider fluffy fabrics. Like there's flannel and cotton that are the, you know, the flat toppers, and then there are the fluffy toppers like minky and velour, and this is crushed velvet. So it's one of those that has a pile and it's fluffy, and I love it. And Novel Red is famous for her crushed velvet pads. So the things that make Novel Red stand out is how slim and trim they are. They're just unbelievable. I mean, and that's a fluffy high pile topper. Look how skinny that is. It's amazing. And the crushed velvet selection. But she also has other things, other prints, and she does a great job with those as well. So let's open the new ones so that I can show you something a little different. Okay, so I ordered 2 more pads from her before I went on vacation, and they came in a regular mailer inside the Ziploc bag, which is really nice because then they don't pick up dust or dirt or get wet or torn up during travel. And they just come wrapped together like this with a card, pretty card, and just this nice satiny ribbon tied in a bow around the pads. Okay, so now I've ordered 2 pads from her. This first one I want to show you because it is her other shape. The ones I showed you before are the curvy shape, and no matter what size you get them in, that's the basic shape of her curvy pattern. This is one of her straight pads. I ordered this for my daughter. It's a 9-inch. Oh, and I measured all of the pads from these are 11-inch. They are on the button, 11 inches. And this is a 9-inch pad. So I have my, from doing that earlier, I have my handy dandy thing here. Let's see. Right there on the edge. But as you can see, it is 9 inches on the button. So her lengths are exactly what they say they're going to be. And this is a soft minky, so she has several minky selections. And I find that her minky selections are very original minky prints. I haven't seen, most of the minky that she has on offer in her shop is not minky I've seen anywhere else. So this is her straight shape. And it is also, this is the high pile minky in a moderate. And you can see even with that minky and the Heavy Wind Pro Fleece, look how slim that is. It's craziness. They're very floppy. This one is actually just thicker to look at than the other ones I ordered simply because it has this minky. And when you have a seam that's made up of minky and a Wind Pro Fleece, it's going to look thicker. But if you're feeling in the middle, it's just as completely floppy and slim. She's amazing. So, Novel Red, this is the straight shape. And I think the straights come up to 11 inches. I think you can get one up to 11 inches long that's in this straight shape if you don't like a flare. How pretty is that? Okay, so I really wanted you to see that that's her other shape. I find that kind of unique about Novel Red is that she offers 2 different shapes. And most of the other really high quality shops that I've seen, they have one shape on their pattern because they've perfected that shape and that's what they offer. But Novel Red has 2. She has a straight and a curvy. Obviously this one's much bigger. Ta-da! So those are the 2 shapes you're dealing with. Okay, now this one I'm really excited about. This one is my new overnight. Now, I love overnight pads just because I find them really comfy. So if I'm at home, skipping. If I'm at home all day, I like to wear overnight pads just because I find them more comfortable and then I don't have to change them as frequently. I know I'm terrible. But this one that I've just ordered is a 13-inch crushed velvet in the color Jabberwocky, so I'm really excited. Hold on. The website is really great because I'm looking at this because I've seen this on camera now, and it looks much bluer on camera than it is in person. So I'm looking at the pad, and then I'm looking in the camera, and it's just so much bluer. So what you're seeing on the camera right now with this pad is almost really what this one looks like in person. This one's a little bit bluer than what you're looking at, but it's not navy blue. Anyway, so this is almost an olive green color. It's called the Jabberwocky on her website. But the good thing is the swatches that you see on your monitor from her website store are very accurate to what you're going to be looking at in person when you receive the pad. So she's managed to photograph them true to color on her website. I just can't seem to. But this is the Jabberwocky Crushed Velvet, and I'm in love with it. Green, obviously, is my favorite color. And I love having the 13-inch overnights. And I only had like 4 or 5 overnight pads up to this point, so I was excited. Also, under the pretense of I'm just ordering it to see what her thickest pad looks like. This is the thickest absorbency you can get from her. I want to say it's the extra heavy or extra super heavy or something like that. It's the heaviest one you can get. And it has brown Winpro fleece on the back. And ta-da! There you go. And you can see it is thicker than the other ones. It is a thicker pad. But, I mean, even so, this is... And I have every confidence after using her moderates for heavy days that this will do exactly what she says it does and work as a postpartum level absorbency. This would probably hold just about anything. And it doesn't look all that thick to me. Looks pretty good. It's going to be really, really comfy. So there you go. There's her 13-inch. That's the thickest one you can get from Novel Red. And so as I started to mention about the thumbnails being accurate for color, I want to talk to you about how you order from Novel Red and give you my recommendations on that. It is the week before Christmas while I'm making week and a half before Christmas while I'm making this here video. And so right now she has a special notice up on the Novel Red website about shipping times being a little bit extended. But I wanted to talk to you about shipping and ordering from Novel Red because it's a little bit different. One of the things that I've heard people say, I've seen people complaining, they say, oh, well, it takes longer to get a Novel Red pad than it does to get an Annie Bells or a Yurcraft, etc. And there are a couple reasons for that. Novel Red has 2 different places that you can order from. She has her novelred.com website, which has all of her options and all of her fabric choices available to you. And then she has her Etsy store, which always has, some of the options. She has a little range of choices from what she offers available on the Etsy shop. But occasionally she will also stock the Etsy shop with ready-to-ship pads. Excuse me. So she'll take, it's like some 9-inch moderates and some straights and some curvies and some 11-inch or whatever, and she will stock some already made pads. But mostly what you order from Novel Red, and she doesn't always have ready-to-ship pads stocked on the Etsy store. So that's kind of why people jump on those, is because you get them much, much quicker because they've already been made. When you order from Novel Red, you will look through all of her different fabric choices. She'll have different cotton prints, different flannel prints, different minky prints, and then all of the glorious crushed velvet that you can choose from, so you can look at everything that's available all at one time on the website. And so, for example, when I ordered this one, I found the fabric that I wanted to use, which was this mermaid minky. And then I went and I chose a 9-inch pad, and I wanted the straight shape, and I wanted it in moderate absorbency. And so after I placed that order, I'm sure it was put in a queue according to whatever system she uses, and then it was sewn for me. Somebody had to cut all of the pieces and sew it together after I ordered it. Make sense? So in a sense, everything that you order from Novel Red is a custom order. You have to think of it that way. So that's why it takes a little bit longer to get a Novel Red pad than it does to get some of the others. I want to say, because I ordered all of my pads outside of the holiday rush season, so this shipping was normal for her during the times that I ordered my pads. And I want to say it took 7 or 8 business days, so less than 2 weeks. I received the orders less than 2 weeks after I ordered them, and these were for customs. And all of her business is custom orders, more or less. So you have to keep that in mind. She's not taking her sweet time or trying to make you wait. It's just that she is a very popular manufacturer. She's a very popular pad vendor, and there's a reason for that. Novel Red pads are famous for a reason. Now, as to international shipping, I couldn't tell. It wasn't really obvious to me, but I'm assuming that she has international shipping because I have seen reviews from her pads, and I have talked to people who use her pads from Australia and New Zealand, and people all throughout Europe, and people in Canada. So I'm fairly certain that she has international shipping because people all over the world have her pads. So go ahead and give it a go. If you don't have any Novel Red pads, get out there and buy one and see what you think. I love them. They're up amongst my favorite pads. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that if these look appealing to you, you'll go out and get some. And I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.